Hi there, good morning or good afternoon wherever you are. My name is Nana Kwame Brikrang Ejay. Most people call me Bang. And today, instead of talking about entrepreneurship and all that comes with it and what I've learned in my few years of experience and sharing them with you, I want to backtrack a bit and introduce myself properly because I post this on other mediums, other platforms, and I'm guessing that some people would wonder who I am and what my background is and all these things, so it can put everything I say into context. So as I said, my name is Nana Kwame Brikrang Ejay. I'm an entrepreneur. I studied business management in the University of Cape Coast some years back. When I graduated from University of Cape Coast, I did my national service at Aquinas Secondary School. I taught business management for a year. I had fun. I thought I'll be a teacher because I was loving it, but it didn't go out that way. So I just ran out to do my own thing. At that time, photography was not quite popular as it is now, and a few people of my age and of the same caliber who graduated from universities, we were unemployed. So we decided to do something with ourselves. So as at that time, a friend of mine called Mauli Sikanku introduced me to photography, and he was saying, oh, this is something that is picking up in the country and it's quite creative, and we are creative people, we like to do our own thing, so let's try it out. So at that point we delved into photography, and if I can remember, at that point I didn't have a camera, I didn't have anything, but because of the saving culture that I had back then, I was sitting on some level of money. That is my national service income. I had saved it for about 10 months. I hadn't touched it. And back in the time, my time, which was 2010, I finished 2010. So I think 09, that time we were receiving about 120 CDs or something like that. So I was able to save it for like 10 months or something. And so when we decided to go into photography, I had something about 1,000, and I was able to invest into a camera after a while. I didn't just invest into it because when we were learning, we were doing our learning online, we were downloading PDFs, we were downloading tutorials, we were doing all these things. And this friend that I mentioned, Mauli, was connected to the internet where he was. So I drive to his, I didn't have a car by then. I would take a car to his side, and then we would sit and learn and read, and he had a camera, so we would practice and share knowledge together. So he would shoot, he would show me, I'll shoot, that kind of thing. We will share the camera, and then we'll pick up. If he gets any gigs, I followed him, and then we learned together, that kind of vibe. So we all grew together, and then I made the move. I think I took a little more money from my mom or something like that, and then I invested into a camera. Back then it was a Canon T1i, that was the beginning of the T's. So a T1i, and then we just started. So I've done photography we are in 2019. This is my 9th, going into my 10th year. That's next year, I'll be in my 10th year. And it's been very, very fulfilling, to say the least, So I did photography for a while, and then I decided to add on video, which is wedding videos mainly. But then we evolved into other things, which is like documentaries and shooting short commercials and just doing any fun things we could come up with. So in that space, I also learned a lot on my own, and through YouTube and through, jobs that I got and all these other mediums. So in about 6-7 years down the line, I decided to also move on and add framing and all these things. But in the process, my whole vision was to have a multimedia company, which has evolved into right now. In the process of doing all this, I decided to merge everything up and brand myself as a multimedia company. So now we have a registered company, we've done everything, and it's a multimedia company, which is BM Studios. All right, so BM Studios is into photography, videos, and printing, graphic design, all these other things. Graphic design, printing is also involved. We do branding works, we do printing works, as in, call cards, brochures, magazines, we do t-shirts, anything that has to do with printing. We do all these things too. And then photography and video, we do all that, as you already know. And then framing. So that is what I'm into right now. And for what it's worth, I've been in this for 9 years now. So I feel it's a good time to give out some experience that I've shared. I mean, you can always share your knowledge, even if it's your first day, but I feel I need to take some time and have some experience to be able to be of value to people. So now I think it's a good time to share that knowledge. Reason why I feel it's good to share the knowledge is that when we were starting, we didn't have people who were willing to open up to us like that. It was difficult to find people who would teach you photography for free or would bring you on board to just see how the process is. We did everything by ourselves. There was just a few people around who could even do what we wanted to do. So down the line, I realized a lot of people will be coming up like us now who would need some information or who would need some coaching, some guidance, just to cut down the stress for them. I have assistants, I have new people coming on to our company who I think who need to watch these videos to learn for themselves. So even if I don't take this to the external people, even internally, I think people here who come on board onto my company would need to watch these videos and to learn from my experiences and to learn from my, mistakes, so they don't do the same mistakes. So these things that I'm doing, I see them as documentation of the process. I see them as documenting the company's growth and how far it has come and what it has learned through me and through a few other people. So in brief, this is why I feel I need to put out these contents on entrepreneurship, photography, and multimedia stuff. Everything I'm doing, I feel like I should document it and put it out there for people to learn from. If it helps you, I'll be glad you share those comments. And just to chip this in, for the few, I think I've done about 2 or 3 videos yet, and I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm getting a lot of feedback, people saying they are inspired by it and they are motivated by it. They feel like I'm talking to them directly, and that's very touching to me, because that is the effect I want to give out there. If you're starting something or if you're already on something, I want you to know that you're not alone. These things happen to all of us. The system is difficult for all of us, and once somebody is able to break through a certain barrier, they are entitled to the whole world to share how they did it, so that somebody else can step on that shoulder and build onto theirs. So that is why I am doing all these things and sharing my knowledge and whatever I have freely. With time, I'll go into the technicalities of photography and all these things. But now I just want to go with the entrepreneurship as a broad topic and how to set up whatever you want to set up. You might not want photography or video. You might want to be an architect or whatever it is. All right. I want to lay down these entrepreneurship basics for everybody, so that whichever industry you find yourself in, you can use them. Then later on, those who are very interested in photography and the multimedia kind of work, I will zone into those ones and teach them a bit of the skills that I have acquired for free. I'll share those knowledge out there with you on YouTube and on Facebook, so that you can also pick up something if you are interested. Because I feel some people would want photography as a hobby. They have a camera, they want to learn as a hobby. They don't need to struggle like I did as a professional person to get that knowledge, And I think that knowledge should be also free. I don't believe in making it so expensive for everybody to acquire some knowledge. If you're good, your talent will make you shine. Your talent will let you stand out of the crowd. So I believe I'm good. I believe my talent is good enough, and sharing my knowledge will not take away from me. Will not make me a worse photographer. Or because there are new photographers, that doesn't make me a bad photographer, because I have shared my skill. You can take it and use it, and I can also use my skill and do more things. We can all win. You understand? So that is where my mind is, and that is why I am doing all these things. So in conclusion, I want you to know who I am and what our company stands for and what we do. So if there's anything you need, if there's anything you think we can help you with, if there's any question you would like for us to expand on, you can put it in the comments. I would take it up and talk about it in our next episode. Leave your questions, leave your comments, leave everything, and I'll address them in the next episodes. You understand? So thank you very much for watching, and I think this is a very short, not so short, but very detailed introduction about who I am and what my plan is. All right. Thank you and have a nice day.